Hi, my name is Jim Donaghey. I'm a research fellow currently at Ulster University in the north of Ireland. And this is a brief showcase of my Community Innovation Practitioner work alongside the skateboarding community in Portrush. My key research partners have been Slaney Brown, a local videographer and long-time skateboarder here, and Causeway Association of Urban Sports, a campaign group who have been lobbying for dedicated skatepark facilities in the area for about 15 years. You'll hear from both of them in a few minutes' time. The CIP research developed out of ongoing co-creative research with the skaters. The creativity in question is the artistic practice of skateboarding itself and the videographic documentation and sharing of the culture. Using Slaney's extensive collection of historical footage of skateboarding in Portrush, we engaged the contemporary skateboard community in a critical dialogue on the heritage of skateboarding here. As the project developed, we also undertook an initiative to collectively refurbish the DIY-made skate infrastructure that occupies Station Square in Portrush. This was about upskilling the skaters, improving the skateboarding experience, and encouraging a sense of self-respect among the skaters to take themselves seriously as legitimate users of public space. Here's a little montage to give you an idea of our work and to add an extra counter-cultural dimension. All the music featured here is by local musicians closely associated with the skateboard scene.
Realize at the time of these were simpler days with the needed dismay. We just want a lingerie. So much talent laying dormant in this keep up a rush. Nobody could see it cause they couldn't wake up. Well-educated fools from surrounding schools, studying for revocation and breaking the rules. Done a lot wrong but a lot more right. With positives in the shadow, bring it back into the light. A Causeway rebel, rising up for travel. A Causeway rebel, fucking with the sign levels. A Causeway rebel, rising up for travel. Causeway rebel, fucking with the sign levels. We're the last gang standing. We're the last gang standing. We're the last gang standing. We're the last gang standing.
The key findings of the project have been centred on the do-it-yourself energy that underpins skateboard culture, especially in contexts where that culture is neglected by local decision makers responsible for providing facilities and services. We focused on harnessing that DIY energy towards community self-empowerment, and our policy recommendations follow this tack as well. In fact, returning the term policy back to its roots as shared management of resources. When repeated appeals to top-down policymakers have been frustrated, grassroots policy action emerges as an effective solution that empowers local communities. The dialogue that emerged in and around our co-creative research activity also helped to sharpen the skaters' understanding of gentrification in their seaside town context, termed as resortification. The contribution of the research project was the capacity to zoom out and take a wide lens view at the various dynamics affecting the use of public space in Portrush. This enabled the skateboarders to find common cause with other local communities afflicted by resortification in Portrush, and to better understand how the wider issues around divestment of public land into private hands was directly affecting them. Next up is a clip from my CIP podcast featuring Slaney Brown and then also Rose Smith from Causeway Association of Urban Sports. They reflect on some of these key contributions of the project.
This project simply wouldn't have been possible without Slaney's extensive work to sift through the archive material and shoot new footage to put the old images in dialogue with the present-day skateboarding scene. Slaney reflects on the changing context and changed attitudes to skateboarding since he started skating in Portrush in 1995. He talks about the ramps, the increased confidence in his work, and joy at seeing the reaction from the community.
I think it was about 2 years ago, ramps started turning up at Station Square, and I was amazed that they stayed for the whole summer. It was brilliant. Eventually the council took all the ramps and there was a big outcry by all the locals. I was amazed watching the outcry online because growing up here as a teenager skating, I couldn't believe that parents and wherever were suddenly behind the skaters, and then it hit me that, oh my God, I'm one of the parents. I'm 45 now. I went, oh right, they're all the people we grew up with that have been seeing us skate Portrush all these years. They're now the people that have kicked up the fuss against the council. So getting into this research project, it was suddenly for years of me making videos and thinking, where do I go next? But yeah, it's been great to suddenly have a lot more confidence in what I've been doing since I was a kid, which is playing with video cameras. Been messing with videos since way before I even started skateboarding. So yeah, it's brilliant that it's always been there, and it's just reopened it all for me and got me back to it again. In all of this kind of community stuff we've been doing with the skaters, I've noticed that the younger ones are fully into it. They all want to know. They want to learn how to build ramps. Yeah, and it's just great seeing the reaction in the group chat. Whenever you're like, oh, we're doing this, we're doing that, and then you see how many people are coming down, it's good to know that we're all here together.
A close relationship with cause has also been essential. Rose reflects on the Community Innovation Practitioner collaboration.
You've provided us with a lot of energy. You've provided us almost with a bit of validity in terms of, you're coming from an academic perspective. And so that's fresh for us, and to look at even your insight in terms of the work that's going on elsewhere, it gives us a bit of a context. And also seeing what we're doing fits in somewhere, in terms of a journey.
I chose this clip to keep my research collaborators' voices to the fore in all aspects of this project. It's my name that gets attached to all the outputs, but it really has been a process of co-creation, not just with Slaney and Rose and everyone at Cause, but the wider skateboarding community. The skaters continue their campaign for a proper skate park in Portrush. We haven't got there yet, but the community's been re-energised by this project's interventions, and the issue has been given a more prominent platform. Thanks to everyone at Creative Communities for the opportunity.